back out when we're loaded. Looks like it could. I mean, you are right here.
Yeah, but you feel when you're off the road.
Smoke in the mirror is closer than it appears. Hey everybody, we're here at, where are we at? We're at DCI Motorsports in
Randolph, Ohio.
Randolph, Ohio. This is, I'm calling you Dyno Down, everybody gets a nickname.
That's fine
this
with
is
me.
Brandon, Bad Brandon. I don't know, I'll work on your
Yeah, I haven't got one yet.
Not yet. But these are nice guys.
We call him Smiley.
You are smart, man, actually. I really like that, thank you. So, and then we got the old Papa Bear here. And we've got Richard Holdner's Omni GLHS clone on the rollers. And it's a new dyno setup for Dyno Don by Brandon, and we're gonna see.
First front wheel drive car we've done.
Yeah, it's a little scary because we're kind of on the launch pad right now. It's
As long as it launches that way, we're okay.
We call it the Don's plank.
Walking the plank.
So what are you doing here, Don? What kind of work you guys do here at DCI?
Well, we're Pontiac specialists. I know you guys are into the Dodges, but we do Pontiac engines. Special. I've been in business for 42 years, so started out as a carburetor shop and turned into a high-performance engine builder, and now we're doing resto mods, building resto mods. So.
I think you're kind of humble because I've seen a lot more engineering around here than just a Pontiac shop.
Well, I appreciate that, sir. Yeah, we make our own cylinder heads, and we design engine blocks and valve covers, and intake manifolds, all kinds of stuff. So we're in pretty deep. That's for sure.
So we're working on Richard Holdner's car, and one of his things that he's working on right now is actually, he does have a Pontiac engine down at West Tech Performance.
Nice.
Maybe you've heard of it?
Yep.
But I don't see any Trophy 4s laying around.
Well, they are going to be doing it, believe it or not, here soon, a Ranger 5 engine, my Ranger 5 head,
So he said there's a car going by, but he said a Ranger, what'd you say, a Ranger?
With my Ranger 5 tunnel board heads.
Okay,
Yeah. Fella, I don't know if I should mention his name or not.
You don't have to.
Yeah. Anyways, they're going to be dyning at West Tech with that engine.
Oh, it's good. Out at West Tech?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, West Tech is that way, actually.
That way.
Yeah, that way. South, north. All right, so we got Rich's car on the rollers, and we don't know how it's going to go. We drove it last night. I don't feel like it's making a whole ton of power, but the whole point is here to get a measurement, whether it's right or wrong. We'll monkey with it because we know the car can make, it can be tuned to make a lot of power, and we'll have deltas. But we got to start somewhere. We need a base. Today is the base, hopefully, as long as the dyno is working appropriately or somewhat accurately. We'll see. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. I have no idea how it's going to go. That's it.
Well, with the help of Ben and Nick here, we
Dictator.
Dictator. That's okay, Dictator. So anyhow, we checked the calibration on the dyno, and it seems to be spot on. So
Seems to be right.
Should be accurate.
yeah, should be accurate.
Should be accurate. Should tell us that four-cylinder Dodge does not make 175 horse to the wheel.
Yeah, it might make.
Oh, we got to do guesses. Brando, what do you at?
Yeah.
110.
Okay. No, I don't think it's far off. What about you, Donald?
97.
Shut. Now you can He'll do that NA. I'm at, what did I say last night, 130?
Yeah. Are you lower now?
I'm between 110 and 130. What are you at?
145.
You're insane.
What do these things make at the crank?
Well, you guys are probably sandbagging it.
Well, if it makes the right boost.
Should make 175 with the crank.
Okay.
If
And is the
everything was
engine
right,
fresh?
it was brand new.
So are the rings seated?
They're seated. They're seated.
Yeah.
It's honed. I mean, it's
I mean,
a honed in ring. So
We've seen 30-40 horsepower when the rings.
So that's my fallback.
Yeah. That's why I say 97.
It doesn't make 145, it's because the rings aren't seated.
Right.
I mean, they might not be, but I don't think we're not making that type of compression to worry about ring seating on this. I'm more worried about boost pressure and with the spools. So we do have a stage 2 computer that came out of, well, it's one of Brian's computers, but I just ran that computer on a 3,000 mile rally, and that car made power. And it's really the same setup, but I'm telling you, I drove this one last night, my car was way faster.
Right, so we're gonna run it, and then we'll pop that.
We can pop that computer and see if we can blow this car. We can blow this car. We can blow this car.
It's supposed to make 25 horsepower.
We'll see.
You make a mess of my Dyno, you gotta clean it.
It's outside.
Yeah, hose it off.
Okay. All right, guys, let's give her a run.
Fire it up.
All right, fire it up, let's get it.
We do
Right,
the
we're gonna
first
do
pull.
first pull. Yep.
So we got boost gauge over here.
Boost gauge, looking good.
We got cars ripping down the road out front. We got the Dyno controller, and I got the old OTC
Monitor
4000. And I'm looking at Rip'ems
Hard to-
and knock.
yeah.
We don't have boost on here.
Right.
You could calculate from the map voltage, but we're just gonna look at the gauge. So
Yep.
let's get her up to speed. We're gonna do a
See what we gotta do. Yep. Oh, we have RPMs now.
the tachometer start working.
Good. Yeah, fixed it. All right, so I'm gonna film mostly boost.
We'll start at 2,000 RPM roughly.
Okay. There's 2,000 over there. See what our boost does.
Not making a lot of boost.
No, 6, 7. Might have got to 8 or 9.
Could use a set of tires.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna jump out and go see what the numbers look like
Yep.
if we got a read.
It's probably more a realistic number.
Yeah. Yep, that was a lot better of a
We're not gonna
run.
get stopped again.
Am I rolling now? What?
You're rolling now.
I'm rolling now.
All right, so we're gonna do a stage 2 fourth gear pull
Yep.
and see if we can make
I'll try
another
to
couple of hundred
videotape.
horse.
Everything.
I don't know if you can. It doesn't matter. Just it's fine. All right, here we go. We're gonna hope we get it in first gear.
Fourth gear.
Start at 2,000
Yep.
RPM.
Yep, we're at 10 inches of vacuum.
Here we go.
Here we go. All right, that's 10, 15, 16. Radiator's overheating.
That was power.
That was power. We're boiling over the radiator now, making a mess. What's our temperature set? Peg. How is that a thing?
How did we not see that? When did it get hot? we're gonna have to put a fork in this one. The day one at the dyno ends in the blown head gasket. We got a cylinder full of water, and there were no tricks done on these last few pulls. They weren't all back to back per se. The engine temps were good, and it was on that stage 2 calibration that we experienced some issues. So that's pretty disappointing, but I guess that's the way it goes. Everybody else I see putting cars on dynos end up blowing them up at some point. So I guess that's our first one, and Nick will get it fixed in no time. So sucks, but I'm not terribly surprised. That's the way it goes. Hopefully we'll be able to stick some numbers in throughout the video and see what it did. But we actually don't even trust the whole results. But until next time.
So what do you want to do today, Ben?
We are going to, I guess, it's what you wanted to do.
That's what I want to do.
We want to do it. Let's do what you want to do.
I know what I want to do. I want to know what you want to do.
Well, you asked me what I wanted to do. I wanted to clean, but you want to play with cars.
Yeah.
You're no fun.
It's not very nice out for cleaning.
I don't know. I feel pretty
toasty in there?
Yeah.
How many layers you got?
2. Carhartt.
At least 3.
And the hoodie.
Huh. And a t-shirt.
So, and a t-shirt. And my epidermis.
Oh, that's the most important layer.
Don't take that off. So we got to look at Richard's car today.
Yep, because we're curious to see what went wrong.
I want to see what you broke when we were on the dyno.
Yeah. It's my job to keep an eye on things.
You're looking at a meter. So I know in the video of the footage that when you were filming the DRB, a lot of that data on that DRB is no good. It's no bueno because no good operator. That's what I mean.
That's me.
Anyway, we're going to get in here and take a look at the car. It's in the pavilion.
Right. Heading for the feed room.
Oh, there we go. There she is. Old and busted. Oh, man, what happened to this wiper? Let go. There's your problem. On the dyno. The dyno did that.
Broke a wiper on the dyno.
So, all right. What, we going to take guesses of what happened? Let's pop the bonnet.
Yes, it's pumping a lot of water out of number 4.
It's a water pump now.
It's definitely a water pump. So
That is a...
I think to drive it, we'll leave the number 4 plug out.
I think I just saw going dripping off the hood.
So
yeah, it was... when we went to check the
water
compression
right
on the dyno, it was...
Yeah.
I think the head gasket let go. But why did it let go? So
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that there's nothing wrong with the deck, that there's nothing wrong or was nothing wrong with the head, because this head came off a good motor that we know of, that I know of, that was laying outside for a
So
couple
either
years.
there's a crack in the head, which
I doubt
we
it.
didn't notice before, which is unlikely, or the head gasket just blew apart
Head gasket, and it let go hard. It wasn't like...
very quickly.
Yeah.
It was here today, gone tomorrow.
It was. There was a time when it the temperature boosted or the temperature spiked a little bit on the dyno. It came right back. We didn't catch it. I saw it later on in the footage, so that's probably when it started to leak. And then after a couple pulls, and then we switched to the stage 2, cranked up the boost, and it made the right power. Made good power.
Made good power for both
Yeah,
computers we ran it on.
I think so. I think it was working the way it was. But I'm wondering. I want to. Do you have a bar torque wrench? The one with the little bar on it. I was going to bring one. I forgot.
The needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what the breakaway torque is on these head studs.
Before we
Yeah.
take it apart.
Yeah, I want to see how loose or tight those are.
Yeah.
And but that's it.
Yep.
But I bet you $1 million that there is a strong likelihood that there is nothing wrong with the head and nothing wrong with the block.
That would be my guess.
That would be my guess.
We'll see.
All right, let's get it down to the feed room.
Or it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. The hood is dripping water.
before we all choke to death. Now listen, that's the last time you run that mechanical hole in here without a hose. Do it again and I'll throw you out on your feet. We're about to pop the valve cover off. We have everything disconnected so far pretty quickly, right, Brian? Probably got the, what did I call that last time? The Ritchie radiator super saver.
Ooh, see that little notch right there?
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is for. See
that's exactly for breaking off the ear.
No.
That's what that's for. It's for breaking off the ears, Brian. So we still have to get back underneath and disconnect the exhaust and the drain back. Both drain backs. Well, I'm sorry. One's a drain back and actually one's a coolant feed.
Apply.
Yeah, so we're gonna look underneath her skirt right now and see what's going on. It would be worth you breaking that just so I can get it on film. Breaks a Shelby valve cover. Yeah, there's two more hanging on the wall. One of them I think was already welded.
Yeah, I wonder who welded it.
I can tell you by
the look of the weld.
By the pits in the welds, I can tell you.
Yeah, not German.
Look at that foggy oil. Blah. That looks like braking oil. That looks like ring material. Oh, but she's good. That cam, that was a new cam, wasn't it? Wasn't this a brand new cam? If I recall correctly. Didn't I make fun of you for having a brand new slider cam?
You did, yeah. It's sitting on the shelf.
It's brand new, dude. This is perfect.
Still looks like new.
Yeah. I bet you.
Let's see, can I turn? Haven't broken yet.
I'm gonna break your mouth. I think I'm taking these with my hand. I'm like expecting to find a loose stud
loose nut behind the wheel.
Yeah, there was definitely a loose nut behind the wheel. I was giving her.
You were giving it the beans.
Yeah, we never revved over 55.
The RTV job was good.
That RTV was not leaking anytime soon.
Nope.
It's a shame you got to redo it.
It is. Probably won't be as good.
Yeah, well, it'll leak, but the head gasket will last another 100,000 miles. That's the way that goes.
I'm good with that.
It leaks oil, but
Now you want
not blowing the head gasket. There's a bug in there. Did that bug just fall in there? Oh, no, it's not a bug. It's just a part of the casting. What's going on? What do you want to do?
you want me to get you a
Yeah. I want to see what the breakaway torque is on these.
are they still 15 millimeter?
I think they look 16s. 15s? I don't know. I got you, boo. Not 15s. 16s. I got you. I got you, boo. Oh, wait. The Harbor Freight Kit skips. Well, I might have a shallow. I do.
Oh man,
I do. Oh.
had to
Oh,
go.
you got the dial thingy right there. All right.
I had to go change a lift pump in this cat skid steer the other day.
Yeah.
With this cheap Chinese toolkit.
Yeah.
They thought that you would lose this 10 millimeter,
Yeah.
so they never put it in.
Oh, I thought maybe they
There's
put
not
like a
even
rope
spot
on it.
for it.
All right, so we're gonna get set.
in the middle?
Now, hang on. I got to get on the gauge here because I want to see. You're tightening it because it looks like you're preparing to pull on that.
Yeah. You want hold breakaway or loosen breakaway?
Well, we want to see if they're loose. So, if you want,
Either way.
I want to go that.
If it starts turning at
Let's
70
do-
pounds,
Okay.
is what I'm thinking. If it starts turning at 70,
All right, so he's
if
gonna
it
try
does-
to-
If it doesn't reach about 90.
Well, we got like 10 bolts to do this on. So,
So if it makes it to 95 without turning, I'd say they're tight.
so it's the bottom row of numbers.
Bottom row, there's
Right.
100 right there.
Get your sausage out of the way.
See that one right there? Nope, look at that. It's turning at
Turned
60.
Turned at 60.
That's not good.
Well, we're gonna have to have a little educational debate here.
Yep, 60, right?
I want you to loosen
Okay.
some without tightening.
Okay.
So I want to see what the breakaway. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, let's loosen this one then.
Was it?
'Cause
Was
I'm
it?
afraid this is the one that's going to be the problem.
Yeah, I
over
think
here.
it's one of those four or all four.
All right, so we're going to go loosening.
50?
That's optimistic.
You don't think it was 50?
No, I don't think it hit the 50 mark. That one did, almost. Not really, though. Loosening or tightening? Loosening?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's a little tighter, right?
That one's
one
a
did hit
little
50. Yeah,
tighter.
I'd say that one did hit 50. This is the suspect.
Once you feel it move, stop.
Yeah.
And then now tighten it.
Now tighten it.
Yeah.
65 or so.
So breakaways just under 50, and they both tightened just
Tighten
over.
around 60.
Tightened around 60. All right. So, what is the importance of that?
What is it?
Well,
Holding stuff in that should stay in?
yeah, of course. So we're trying to squeeze the head, try to squeeze the gasket using these bolts just to clamp. I feel like those are so too loose.
Yeah.
What do you think,
We need to
Ron?
look that up. Ron thinks he brought me a project. You gotta do it now, project, or what do you think?
No, Ron says
5-minute projects.
Ron says if we were taking apart a hog, he'd know what to do.
Yes.
Okay, I'm under the car. Brian and Ron went up to the big shop to do a little quickie weld up job on something for the farmer. But I got to do the scrub work, we'll call it, right? So we'll try to get you in here. Same problem I had on my GLHS was without taking out this half shaft, or this is an intermediate shaft. That's a half shaft. Without taking out this intermediate shaft, it can be difficult to get to the coolant feed line right there. But the exhaust came right out pretty much. And then the only thing left is the oil drain back from the turbo. Right there, I think I can see it's a blue hose. I just slide that clamp up. So it's actually still connected, but what's gonna happen is when we lift the head, that'll pull out. I could just zip out the 2 bolts up there and take the whole drain back off, but it's not usually how we do it. So pretty much that's about it. It's ready to come out. right, Brian. We didn't look at the head gasket yet.
We didn't have that hooked up, did we?
I unhooked. I might have yanked it when I.
Okay, so now we're gonna look at the bottom, see if the head looks, what the head looks like.
Okay, did we ruin it? Did we ruin it? So this is the cylinder that was blown.
And you can see one thing, the gasket's not.
Yeah, there's no gasket sealed to it anymore.
You can see how clean this is from the antifreeze.
Yep.
Whoever ported this did a terrible job.
It's not ported.
No, that's why.
Don't say that. People are going to think we're cheating and putting a ported head on it. It's not ported. It is stock.
This is a nice way to wash the valves, though.
It is a
Look how
nice way.
they
It's
are.
they're steam cleaned.
Yep, spark plugs are clean.
So we're spending a lot of time looking at. Oh, because you guys cross drilled it, right? So I was talking to Rich, and I think the gaskets that came in the cross drilled cars are supposed to have the steam ports blocked off. So that you force the coolant through the cross drill.
I wrote my personal opinion on cross drilling is the main function is to stop that crack.
You think?
That always gets through. Yeah,
Wow.
I think the steam idea, because this goes to here.
Yeah, I know. That's an unpopular
so-
opinion. You have an unpopular
I'm not
opinion.
always popular.
Yes, you are.
Well,
All right, let's take a look at the head gasket. Are we ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
Let's take a first look. Oh, hang on, I got a flashlight here, Brian. Don't touch it.
No, I didn't touch it. Okay, so it might be one of those cheaper ones.
Well,
Oh,
I
right
can
there.
see it right there. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It blew out. Now, is there something going on here? Looks like it is.
Yeah. It was steaming out the back of the block too. Just FYI. Oh, look
Looks
right
like-
there.
Well,
Look at that
now
guy.
that might be stuck to the head, though.
Yeah.
But it looks like water could go
See how there's black on that other that ring right there, on top of that ring.
right here. A little compression.
And look at the
loss,
other one.
Cylinder. Oh, a lot of compression loss. That's from not clamping good.
Yeah. So that's what I was just about to say. I feel like if it's not clamped good, we're gonna
I
have
feel like the
even
gasket
leakage.
wasn't really the problem.
We have
We
even.
want to use a better quality gasket because I don't like the void there
Yeah.
and there. I mean, it could be because it's stuck to the head
When we took it apart.
when we took it apart, or it could be
But
a clamp.
here's the thing: if the head were warped, I wouldn't expect to see even leakage the entire length between all the cylinders. You see that right there?
Yeah, what is interesting though is this cylinder had the problem, and the gasket didn't stick to the head. Well, maybe right there. What if it stuck to the head there?
Maybe
What if
it-
it blew out.
Or washed
That might
out.
tell us, right?
We might have steamed it out.
It's not. Where's that?
Where's what at?
That's over here in this corner, right? Back corner.
Yeah.
And it's not stuck. Like here, I can see why we have some voids in the gasket because it's stuck to here. But here, there's no piece of gasket.
How's
material.
it feel? Looks.
Ooh,
Hey,
feels
my
good.
machinist eye. It looks flat.
Looks fine. We'll check it. I think we might have checked it with a straight edge, but
We would have eyeballed it
recheck
with a straight edge. But I mean,
They cut this short, huh?
that because we didn't have a T2 one, so we had to make one. But
So the oil.
I think it's
does
just a
look
head
like it
gasket.
might have
head gasket and loose studs. What do you think?
an oil change.
I think the loose studs.
I think the loose studs did it.
Loose studs caused the
Loose
gasket.
stud, yeah. I'm not happy with the quality of the gasket, but I think the studs were the problem.
This almost looks like that cheap Velcro material, the
does.
graphite. It didn't look like graphite when we put it in because we wouldn't have put that in.
Right.
Those cheap Rock Auto ones that you can get for $5. I did buy a bunch of those, but we're not going to use them on turbo cars.
I think that's. I said something to Dr. Mike. He's like, I got a whole bunch of them.
No, those are junk. We're not going to use those on a
Look
turbo
how well
car.
it's stuck to the. Look how good it's stuck to the engine block.
Brian, got to reuse that. Careful.
Maybe it was a good gasket. I don't know.
It might have been a good gasket, just not tight enough.
Well, if you read their website, they claim they're good gaskets, but look how much leak compression blow by in all three cylinders. All three.
And again, I don't think a warp would do that in all of them.
No, but we'll check it.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Well,
This thing will be running today.
are we
was
agreeing?
running
Are we agreeing that?
I'm pretty much thinking the studs weren't torqued right.
I think the studs just weren't torqued right.
We'll blame that on Richard.
Yeah, Rich put it together.
Yeah. All by himself. We weren't even here.
I plopped the head on, so there's
Oh,
video
could
evidence
be
of me.
you.
I didn't tighten it though.
Oh, okay. I might have tightened it. I don't remember. But yeah, we have to find out how tight to make it. That piston's nice too.
Now it is. All right, the radiator saver.
That's what we wanted to see.
That is what we wanted to see. That's actually good news. This is one of those things where you blow a head gasket, it's like your heart sinks. Brian was actually feeling pretty defeated that day. He was quiet, and I felt bad for the little guy.
Sleep the night before.
But we jammed that out in 30-ish minutes probably. And
I wasn't even here for the worst part.
anyway, so you could be pretty heartbroken about the blown head gasket because it's a lot of work. But then, I don't know, if you just bear through it, right? No pun intended.
Couple cups of coffee.
Couple cups of coffee. I had 2 cups of
Coke?
coffee and half a Coke. That's how long it took us to jam that apart. And we could literally, if we didn't care about anything or we were 100% confident, we just scrape it clean and throw another good gasket in there and crank on it.
We're going to scrape it clean. We're going to check it with a straight edge, and then we're going to crank on it.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Cool. Good news. All right, so we just got off the phone with Ricardo, and we are going with the Mopar Performance gaskets.
Yep.
From inventory. Right, Brian?
From inventory.
So Brian we cleaned the surfaces, spotlessly clean. The head's good.
Yep, we checked everything for straightness. We're happy with that.
Yep.
And I'm going to set the head on and tighten it down.
Tighten
and
it
we're
down.
going to probably run it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then recheck the head stud.
Yeah.
Nut tightness.
Yeah, breaking loose
See if
at
that changes.
breaking loose at 50 pounds.
I think that was the problem.
So like Brian was saying, we'll run it, get it hot, maybe a couple times, heat cycle it, as they say, and then check torque on the studs again. That's the nice thing about using those head studs. So you can do that. All right, Nick, let's put it back together.
That's all you're getting.
Brian's got the head studs torqued down to, according to ARP and everybody else, 90 pounds, 900 pounds. And if you noticed on the video, I'll try to get a shot here. When you're torquing the head, this is one big long flat surface, but it is just a hunk of aluminum, and you got to start in the middle. And what you noticed was Brian going from the center in a circular motion out, so like a spiral. Call it the spiral. And you do that because if you started at one end or started at both ends and went back and forth, you could actually lump, the head by squeezing too much on the side and kind of push any material or flex into the middle. And you don't want to do that. You want to spread it out. So you start in the middle, and then as the head clamps, if it's got to move from the severe clamping, that's why you start spiral out. Brian's putting the timing belt on
Right where my lines line up.
by hand. We will verify this with the timing mark on the flywheel down here. And that's it. It'll be running here in no time. It'll be ready to blow up on the dyno in no time. Brian? Coolant mix. So I think we got her all buttoned together, Brian.
We do.
I think she's ready to fire.
All right, let it run for a little bit. Good.
See how much smoke it makes?
It's right for a little bit, isn't it?
It probably will.
I filled the muffler, caliper converter, whatever's in there.
There's no muffler.
Okay.
All right, you want to hook up the battery? Give it some volts?
Yep. Okay. Make sure it's not in gear.
Oh, should we do that before we crank it?
It's a little.
People don't.
Get you on the gear. Yeah. No clutch safety switch.
All right, she's in neutral.
Okay.
You want to check for fuel?
I was checking for fuel. Yep.
I'm going to try to reach. I don't have long enough arms.
So far, so good. We're good.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
First attempted fire since it ran a few hours ago
On 3 cylinders.
on 3 cylinders. Let's see if we get 4 cylinders today.
I hooked up the plug.
No smoke? All right, go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to turn it off and I'll start it back up when you come back. All right, she's all back together for the most part. We'll put the airbox on it so we can let it idle and we can talk on camera and not have to listen to the wind rushing through the tiny little orifices. You ready to crank, Brian?
Yep.
I have it in gear, so stand in front.
Okay.
Got the exhaust hose hooked up so we don't die. Sounds like a 2.2.
Yep.
I think I have a timing light. I'm going to grab my... I'm going to put the airbox back on. So I should grab my timing.
Yeah.
It's hard to see it that way. I want to make something that makes it easier for us.
You can see it.
It's hard.
Grab your light.
I'll grab the light.
Grab the light.
Well, how's it sound so far?
Sounds perfect.
We got to take it back apart yet?
Yeah.
Is it blown up yet?
I'm leaking any oil out of the valve cover that doesn't have a gasket.
Well, it's probably leaking oil out the oil drain bag. Reap the rewards of reassembly again, Brian.
Right.
It's almost like deja vu, like we've been here before.
I think it was easy because we just had it apart.
I was thinking about that. We just had it apart. It was easy. I think more. It was. I think we're just used to yanking these apart.
Yeah.
It's
Smooth the driveway is.
it's because we got the old Ferguson grader. Well, still didn't fix that speedometer.
What's that?
Forgot to fix the speedometer.
No clouds.
No clouds. Feels smooth. So we have the stage 1 is in there right now. Oh, stage 1. Let me rephrase that. Stage 1 means it's a stock CSX or oh my god, I'm gonna misspeak all day long. It's a stock GLHS computer. So nothing special about it. It's the 175 horse computer with the boost ramp built into the boost curve. So it feels pretty good. How's my alignment? We're a little bit to the left. I towed that one out a little bit. I got a little greedy with it, so I got to bring it back in. But other than that, it's pretty good. You couldn't crest a hill like that before. It would have been all over the road. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah. So oil pressure's good. Temp is low. We're charging. They are big, and it made me wonder about the gearing. Kind of want to. I want to measure the OD of these tires and see how, if they're actually taller than they look like they are.
Taller.
They are? That's gearing. That's gearing.
Tag's working like it did before.
Oh, is it doing the Omni thing?
Yeah.
Man, this thing pulls for 900 RPM.
It's actually going down.
Yeah, so these all go bad. This cold solder joints on the back, you just take them out, reheat them, put them back together. So we got to do that.
Driving good.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Nice and clean on the back.
If the alignment was, yeah, no smoke, right?
No smoke at all.
Those objects in the mirror are smoke.
Smokier than they appear.
Smoke in the mirror is closer than it appears. So another winter is over, and it's time for farm season.
cleaning.
Yeah, farm cleaning. Cows got to come home.
Yeah. Oh, the ones that are left.
Ones that have been chopped up. Whoa, coming in hot, kids. If I get this alignment right, this car would be a good little handler.
Yeah. And the sway bar would help.
Sway. Oh, that's right. I got to put that back on.
It didn't even sway much. It's funny.
No, it doesn't.
How good is the big bar?
All right.
All right, should I put it back where it belongs?
Yeah, we'll put it back where it belongs. Will it run? Will it run? Will it run? It does run. Will it run? That runs.
That runs.
Will it run? Will it run?
Watch out for
Can't
that
run.
pig.
Will it
It's like
run?
parked.
Does run. Does run. Does run. Blown up. Blown up.
Tipped over.
Tipped over. Will it run though? You know who's itching for a comeback, Brian?
Yeah, the boot port.
The Moo Port.
See that really nice rust-free one on Marketplace? 69 four-door.
Oh, I sent you a 66 on Marketplace. So check out this Lancer.
Yeah, we should talk about the Lancer.
We'll talk about that Lancer.
Nice.
There's another Lancer. That one's cool because it's got the little thingy on the.
Yeah, that's an automatic, but we could.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to love this car. Oh, how's it doing?
Good, the tax. Well, tax working right.
All right, Brian. So
calling.
there it goes. It's back together again.
Yep.
Runs good. And you just measured. Show the kids at home what you just measured.
Oh, okay. The stock tire that should be on there is about 22 and a half
22 and a half
inches high, I'd
inch.
say.
Now these wheels are from, this wheel and tire package is from a GLH. It's actually from the other 85 GLH non-turbo we just picked up. And these
rubber
bad,
wheels and tires,
which are rubbing right now.
are good 24 and a half, probably a little more actually.
Wow, so at least 2 inches bigger in diameter. That's gearing,
It's
folks.
really good for
She's a fuel miser.
ground clearance.
All right, so we'll call this a success. So in this video, I already started editing this video, which is weird to know that, but that's how long videos take. So it's weird to say I'm already editing this video, so I already know how it's going to turn out. And it's we'll have the dyno footage at the beginning of this video, Brian, in case you didn't know. I was going to put it in a separate video, but it's pretty short. The dyno clips are pretty short. So we'll have the start, and now we're at the end, and so now you know what the final is. And then
So this should be, take the valve cover off eventually here. We're going to
Oh, yeah.
the tightness of the ARP nuts.
you gotta check your nuts, Richard.
And then we're going to put the valve cover back on with sealant because now it doesn't.
And
seal.
we'll put a good cam cover on it.
Put a good cam cover on it.
We'll reroute. I'll fix these, the routing of the hoses so they're in the factory spot. But right now they're about a way to ease installation of the cover and
And then we're
the
gonna
valve
start
cover.
disassembling, trim off the body, and sanding.
Yeah, so the body work is next up.
Yeah.
And-
Now it runs. Now we can pull it in and out.
Now that it runs again. And so that's a good day. So all in all, the day is over, and but it's not without sadness though, Brian.
Right. Because a good friend of ours passed away last night.
Yes, we lost a car farmer, and I'll probably stick whatever pictures I have of him in this video. But we're going to dedicate the video to Bruce, car farmer, Hummel.
Yep.
And Brucey was in the back. He hates when I call him Bruce. Brucey. But Bruce is in the background of a couple of our videos, and he was a regular. He was actually, I would say, more in Brian's circle than I am, to be honest with you, Brian. It's you and Larry and Bruce
kinda is, 'cause we
and
go to lunch
Mike.
and dinner.
Yeah.
He doesn't live as far north as you.
So Bruce gave us the seats to the Daytona. I sold him a Spirit RT years ago. I sold him a Spirit RT. He hooked me up with the seats in the Daytona and then other various things. He's just been around. He's been a member of the club. I've known Bruce for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Over 20 years. Yep. So here's to you, Bruce. See you later, buddy.